Hey everyone, welcome to my studio. A quick recap if you are new here. I am partnering with mosaic artist Jennifer Freeman on this public mosaic that measures 36 feet long by about 4 feet high. It is called the Landscape of Dunwoody. For right now, I am working with glass using silicone adhesive, and Jennifer is working mostly on the ceramic portion using thinset as her adhesive. We have gotten quite far, and I am on this last letter Y. Let me just show you. Here it is. Last week I got the outline finished, so this week I'm hoping to make some progress on this trunk. But more importantly, I will be fusing pieces for these bushes because it takes 12 hours to run the kiln, and I can only do a certain amount each time. So I need to do this first, and then I work on that. And then I come back here and work on this, and then I work on that. That's why I'm going back and forth, because I can't really work very quickly on this because of the kiln time. So the first thing that I did today for this tree trunk is that I have picked out 6 different palettes because there are 6 different areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here they are. I have this one that is on the purplish side, this one that's orangey brown, this one that pushes the greens, this one that's a brown. Then I have this soft orangey rust, and then I have this yellowy orange one. So if I look at them all together, sorry, this one's getting washed out, I can see that this, and this are very similar, as are these 3. So what I will do is I will alternate. I'll put one of these and then one of those and then one of these and one of those all the way up. So now that I have a plan for that, I can make my fused pieces. Beautiful. It is a new day. Here are all the pieces I just pulled out of the kiln after washing them off. So I'm going to see how they fit, and then I'll know if I need to make more pieces for this particular area. So once this one's wrapped up, I'll move on to some of these other areas. This one is actually so small that I'm making a pattern piece, and I'll just make a specific piece that fits in there. But the rest we'll have to see. First things first, let me see how these pieces fit. much it ended up covering, which is really great. I just need a few more of these. Now I've pulled out all of the pieces for this section, 10F, and I do need quite a bit more of this. And so I will probably make a kiln load with half this, and a little bit of that. Then I can wrap up these 3 areas. Trickier aspects about this particular project is that because I'm working with my partner Jennifer Freeman on it, I have to keep track of all of my materials that I have purchased versus the things that I'm pulling from my studio so that we can reconcile it when it comes to payment and splitting the costs. So I have kept all of my stained glass from my studio on this table, and I have a logbook whenever I pull from it. And that's how I'm keeping track of what is coming from my studio in particular. However, I am now done with most of the stained glass. I have kept track of everything. I separately have the turquoise transition swat that goes under the tree. So let me show you what it is. It is now time to clean off this workbench, which is going to be glorious. I've been trying to keep like all the blues together, all the greens together, all the purples and pinks together, but it's just been a constant state of chaos. I also have all of the special tiles that I purchased, the black outline tiles, and also the purple ones, which I'm now done with. And so these are all extra. All this needs to be cleaned up, and then I'll have an extra place to work. This method maybe was not the most efficient, but I did need it just to be able to see the colors. And I had all of the textured glass was my glass because we didn't buy any textured glass. But anyway, ready to clean it up. Can't wait. Here's an update from Jennifer.
These are panels 7 and 8. I was really left with not very much to do on the top of the panel. So panel 7 is complete. Then on panel 8, so what I have to finish on this panel is I have the rest of the purple that you can see coming from the inside of the O through both, through the tree and through the beginning of the D and then beyond. And then I have a swath of green above that will be extending from the inside of the O to a point at the right-hand side of the panel. And then at the top, I have blue sky. I also have a little bit of green that goes outside of the bushes that Julie has on the left and her glass, which is part of the D on the right. As I had to order more light pink and a light blue, because I knew we needed more sky, we needed more purple swath, and so those tiles just came yesterday actually. So I think we're all set, and that's where I am on panels 7 and 8.
This one has so many different ones in it. Awesome. Area right here, 10O, I made a piece. First of all, it doesn't quite fit even though I had the pattern piece. But second of all, I put the wrong colors on there. I'm not sure what I was thinking. So this is just a junk piece. And I did have these pieces that didn't fit. So I think I'm gonna cut them down and then refuse some of these instead of trying to find all this glass and make new pieces. Because this is the last section that's this color, so I may as well try to use some of the pieces I've already made. That's it. I ended up cutting these 3 pieces, and well, you know, it might not show when I grout, but I'm gonna go ahead and refuse these because it's fine, I have time to do that. I just use the grinder just a bit on the back of each one of these, and that just gives better grip to the adhesive. I'm using a new adhesive called Araldite that I've never used before. It's 2-part. This is the little mixer that comes with it. This 2-part adhesive has a nice 90-minute working time, but that means that it does take a little bit longer to cure. So 14 hours before we can really use it, 8 hours handling time. And then down here, it does say that it adheres glass and metal, which is what I'm using today. So that's it. We'll see how it goes. We've got to wait 14 hours now. Piece for a little tray. But here are all of my pieces. It's a little bit too hot for me to touch, so I'm gonna close the lid back up and let it cool down all the way. Here's these pieces that I refused. They fit right into position. Isn't that satisfying? I do shrink up just a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and glue them down. Here's the pendant. I think it came out great. Let me show you the other things. Here they are together. I've got 2 earring and pendant sets and then 2 that are just pendants. Clearly, I have a lot more big pieces than I have even small pieces, or sort of even small pieces to make earrings. So I'll probably be making more pendants than anything else. But the rest of these are gonna have to wait until I'm completely finished because number 1, I don't know what pieces I have right now to fool around with. Number 2, I don't have time to be making a whole bunch of these right now, but I just wanted to try it and see how they looked. I really like this one. I might keep this one. Anyway, there they are. This is the start. How far I got this week. Really not too bad. I made some good progress on the trunk here, the last letter Y, and a huge amount of this is buttoned up. I only have 2 more areas that I even need to worry about. And I do have the swath under the tree, but I'm gonna do, I think, the rest of the Y first next week before I start worrying about this Y. Jennifer's gonna eventually want this panel, and I'm gonna need to put this panel next to the next one so I can finish this portion here. But that's for another week. That's it. That's putting it together. Thanks for watching. See you next time.